Hey guys, and welcome back to another OurMFC video. I'm your host Jordan, and in today's video we're going to be covering all the latest news, obviously surrounding the club, and what's kind of gone on in the last week or so. So we've got talk about Tav, Fry, Mendez-Laing, got mention of the under-18s as well. So please stick around and enjoy the video. So first of all, we have got Tav and Fry. Warnock's confirmed that they will not be playing or taking part in the rest of the season. This just comes down to him not wanting to risk them, essentially. And I do get that to a certain extent, because we've got nothing left to fight for now anymore. We've got the playoffs are gone. They're not realistic or anything like that. So I understand resting them and going, you know what, we can try a few different people in different positions that'll kind of come in place of them. And then we will, save them for the start of next season, going to pre-season as well. Just so, if they were to get re-injured, it wouldn't be as serious. There's just no point in risking them all. So I get that, I understand that. And then keeping with injuries, actually, Mendez-Laing, I think it was yesterday or the day before when recording this, Warnock confirmed as well that he will miss the next two games, which would be Rotherham and the one after that. And then he says he'll definitely miss them two, but he might potentially miss the rest of the season. It all obviously comes down to how his injury progresses. If it gets better or if it stays the same, chances are we won't see him again in a Borough shirt, unless obviously he signs in the summer because his contract is up, which is a real shame because we haven't seen a lot of Mendez-Laing, for being honest. We've seen flashes of him every now and again, and he has got himself a goal, but like you said, compared to what we've seen of him at Cardiff, he's been a shadow of that player, do you know what I mean? And obviously a lot's gone in the last year for him. I think he's been quite unlucky, really, with the injuries that he's had since he's been here. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on Mendez-Laing and whether he's someone that Borough should potentially keep for next season. But yeah, real shame Mendez-Laing's injured, sorry. But yeah, like you say, give Folarin a chance. Always, I say give Folarin a chance. But then on the next one, Louis Evans actually grabbed a last-minute winner for the under-18s. I think it was a 91st minute goal against Wolves in a 2-1 win there. And you know what, the under-18s, I've spoke loads recent videos about our youth sides, but the under-18s are going really, really well. They're chasing 4th in the Premier League 2 division, and obviously you've got Man United, Man City and Chelsea. I think it's them three all going for the title, them top three. But then it's off the top of my head, I can't remember who's in 4th. I think it might be Wolves, actually. And by us beating them the last minute, we're currently 5th. Points wise, I can't remember off the top of my head either. But we are closing the gap on Wolves, which is brilliant, because to get 4th and be competing against sides like that and finishing in the table at that youth level, which all these other big clubs are also known for, and can kind of go out and spend £1 million on a under-18s player. It's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, keep up good work, lads, and let's get it over the line. Do you know what I mean? Let's finish the season strong. You guys have got something to fight for, so keep up good work, and yeah, hopefully we'll start seeing some of these youngsters coming through. And then one of the youngsters that we spoke about a lot is Sol Brynn. Now Warnock has confirmed that after the Rotherham game, because he's confirmed that Jordan Archer will play in the Rotherham game, but then after that, the 3 remaining games, he's definitely going to give Sol at least one game. He wants to try out Bettinelli's played all season, so it's between Archer and Brynn now. He wants another look at Archer, because obviously he played against QPR, but yeah, Bryn is another brilliant keeper that we all know of. So hopefully we'll see him in I'd say at least a couple of games. Give Archer the Rotherham game, maybe another one, and then play Sol and the others, because why the hell not? Do you know what I mean? It's there for the taking, isn't it, really? He's just got to then come in and prove himself as a keeper, and he can do that job well. So yeah, fingers crossed, all goes well for him. But yeah, he definitely will be playing one of these 3 games. But like I say, let me know what you think. What did you think? Warnock should play someone like Bryn, give him a chance, and see what you can do, really, get a good look at him. If you're listening on the podcast, share on social what you think with us, tag us in it, and if you're watching on YouTube, just leave a comment and we'll get back to you. We always reply to comments and like them. So yeah, just like I say, let us know what you think, and we'll have a little chat. And then the final thing we're going to go through is transfers, because we obviously know Ronnie Jepson has been away scouting abroad, and he's actually not going to feature in the Rotherham in the next game, because he's like I say, been abroad, so he's actually in isolation for a week, which is good to hear, I guess, in the sense of, we're actively now being able to go out and scout players. And I know there was a few in January that Warnock said he was looking at abroad, but he was unable to. There was a couple of strikers, and I think there was a winger links, but obviously couldn't get out and didn't want a repeat necessarily of Tuber Akpom, where we're just kind of watching YouTube videos on. We want to go out there, get a real good look at them. There's different parts of the game that you're looking at, not just a compilation of the goals. So it's good that he's been able to go out and do that. But I just want to touch as well on, in terms of the players that are expiring, the contracts are expiring. He openly said he's been let down, and he, especially after that QPR game, he looked really disheartened, really disappointed. And he has said that the players that are out of contract, not all of them, but there's a few that he'd spoke to and got the team together, and he believed that they were going to give him everything right until the end of the season, and that's full effort, maximum effort, going at them games, and just giving it a real good push for the playoffs, and then come the end of the season, the club will then decide whether they deserve a new contract at the club or they're free to go elsewhere. Either way, it's a win-win in my opinion for both parties. If the players play their heart on the sleeve, give it their absolute all, one, we've got a better chance of getting to the playoffs, and two, if they prove themselves, they're going to get interest elsewhere also. So I'm not sure why that hasn't happened. I really don't know. But he mentioned that, agents and their fees and them getting involved, and what agents are like, do your bloody head in, just go away. Irrelevant. Well, they're not irrelevant because they are to the players, but they get involved too much nowadays, and it's so annoying and so frustrating. So I understand where Warnock's coming from, in the sense of he had a plan in place, he spoke to these lads who were right up for it, agents come along, and little murmurs in their ears saying to them, but you might be here for the rest of the season, or you might not be here next season, or what about other clubs, and this, that and the other. You're still in contract at this club. You give everything for this club until your contract's run out. Do you know what I mean? It's not, yes, obviously you have to plan for your future, and you want to be looking elsewhere, or making contacts and speaking to different managers, but whilst you're doing that, you can still, give it your absolute all. If one of us, for example, at our jobs, we were just not performing at our best while we were actively looking for other jobs, we'd get sacked. So yeah, I don't like that. I really don't like that. Play at the end of your contract. So I feel for Warnock. I feel like he's been let down a bit as well, because he's obviously came out and said that a lot of players have, kind of blamed it on him and his tactics and this, that and the other. And I don't necessarily think that I do believe that there's a lack of effort from certain players, and it's shown in games and the results as well. So I'm hoping that, you know, next season Warnock can kind of come in and like get rid of these players that don't want to be here, because if you don't want to be at a club, you shouldn't be here. And I hope he tells us what players, well, we'll know because they'll be gone. But yeah, that is everything in a nutshell. I'm not going to ramble on too much because, like I say, it is just a roundup of everything that's been surrounding the club this week. So if you have enjoyed this video, guys, please leave a like and subscribe, because, like I say, we've got loads more content coming, and loads of different videos as well. You know, when the season's over, it's not going to stop there. We've got, like I say, loads of things lined up and planned. So please subscribe, and you know what? Turn on the notifications bell, because you'll get notified as soon as we put a video out, so you'll never miss one. Why would you want to miss one? And if you listen on the podcast, please leave a review, because that is super important as well. It only takes a minute or so, but it does amazing things for us, and it helps us out, and to reach out to more Borough listeners potentially, that can get involved, join us on some of these discussions, and yeah, just helps us out. So thank you very much for watching, guys, or listening, and we'll see you in the next one.